because we're doing something very radical. We're telling the truth.
A blunt message from Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders. Thanks for joining us. I'm Angelina Dom. Lawrence was definitely feeling the burn last night as Sanders made a last push to win over Kansas before they caucus on Saturday.
After having rallied voters in Kansas City, presidential candidate Bernie Sanders was back to Kansas a week later, except this time in Lawrence on Thursday night.
During the rally, Bernie Sanders really spoke on issues regarding women's rights and abortion, raising the minimum wage, and education, which really means a lot in a college town like Lawrence. Looking forward to Saturday, Bernie urges people to get out there and vote.
I think it's great that we have a presidential candidate that cares so much about women's rights, especially because he's not a woman and he's not getting any gain from it, and especially like how he sees the value in like college students.
I mean, I agree with him 100%. I've always saw Bernie as the most genuine candidate and the one that always saw what I needed versus what like the top 1% that he always talks.
With only 2 days left before the Kansas caucuses, Bernie Sanders' timing on hosting a rally in Lawrence was crucial to get votes.
I think you can get a really good college crowd out here and get a lot of people to go out and vote, not just come out to the rally, but really come out and go to the polls, and we can really make a difference.
Of the Treasury.
Reporting for KUJH News, I'm Kirsten Peterson.
You are able to caucus if you will be 18 by November 8th and are a registered voter. Democrats can still register to vote at their caucus location on Saturday from 1 to 3. More than 5,000 people attended the rally to support Bernie Sanders. Some lined up as early as noon. KUJH reporter Hank Cavanero was outside talking with some of those waiting in line.
No, 3 for 10 or you can get 1.
Is this a good thing?
No shortage of Bernie Sanders apparel at the rally. The burn was felt everywhere.
I got the shirt today, yes.
For a small price.
$20, well worth it.
Everyone waiting for a chance to see Bernie.
They've had to restructure this line a few times. The line was kind of like just straight back that way, and then they need to make more parking.
But even after that, the line had turned a corner, gone through a field, and looped back 2 more times.
I think we're about, half a mile back, and it looks like it goes for another half mile past us.
For James Ricks and Phil Snap, they have been waiting to see Bernie for a while now. They both drove over 2 hours and then had to wait in line for 3 more.
Probably following him for 2 or 3 years and supporting him really ever since he started running for president.
And everyone has their reasons.
I'm here for Bernie because I don't have billions of dollars to throw at another candidate, so I'm going to be one of the billions of people for a candidate that doesn't have the money.
And Bernie is, I think he's somebody that feels the same way I do.
Everyone waiting in line for their chance to see someone they would like to see be the next president. Reporting in Lawrence, Hank Cavanero, KUJH News.
At 7 o'clock, the doors to the hall were shut, but people continued to file in and were allowed to stay in the overflow area. While his supporters were waiting in line, Sanders took to Mass Street, going store to store, just like he said he would campaign in Vermont. Sanders drew quite a crowd, stopping for selfies and hugs along the way. Feeling the need to look fresh for his big rally, Sanders stopped down into the downtown barbershop for a quick trim. Sanders insisted on paying and remarked that $7 was quite a bargain.